One of the most beautiful skills of horses is care. And care means, without being selfish, taking care of somebody else. We had a horse here for some time who was very skinny, who was very weak. I led these horses together. First of all, in the stable, so they could get to know each other. And then there was a day, it was just based on my feeling, okay, I can let them go out together now. So just in case I haltered one of them. And it was, I think, a great success. And this guy, this horse, is so high social. First, I thought, oh dear, there was a wee, and the brown one was very afraid. But then, very soon, the grey horse started to walk very proud, looking around. And it seemed as if he was telling his brown friend that his intentions were good. And it's a feeling, and you can see on the brown horse how he is excited about getting to know this grey horse. There was no fight. They were really sniffing on each other, looking at each other, and you can see how close the brown horse almost asks the grey horse, please don't hurt me, I'm too weak. I didn't have to explain them how to behave, it just happened. And the grey horse, the bandido, definitely heard the brown horse say, please don't hurt me. And this kept on. They were standing like this, and I was just taking these pictures. They were standing like this for a while, and I was, well, amazed about what happened. And then after the sniffing time, and you could hear the sniff, Bandido raised his head, and you can see on the brown horse how happy he is. And Bandido raised his head as if he was saying, okay, it's okay. Then the brown horse sniffed his genitals, which is also very normal behavior. And Bandido said, well, okay, I'm excited about this. I'm very excited. And you can see the grey horse standing very, very high. Then the sniffing continued. And this is just taking pictures one after one, not interfering with their behavior. I was just there. And then there comes this moment of an explosion of emotions. But you can see that the intentions are good. And the brown horse, of course, he was weak. It scared him. But Bandido showed him, come on, let's go. Let's go. And you can see on the behavior of Bandido eating grass, looking around, that he invites his brown friend. Then he comes back to his brown friend, and it's almost as if he's telling his brown friend, it's okay, I like you, I'm going to be your partner. Don't be afraid, I'll be there for you. And this moment, what to me was very precious, because you can see so well how Bandido is telling the grey horse that it's okay, that he has nothing to fear, that there's no anger. Even though Bandido is a little bit excited about it, but still. This is a picture of his big ass. I mean, he was very high muscled because he played all the time. And so he walked around the brown horse, ears forward, head down, eating grass, showing the brown horse that there was nothing to fear for, that it's okay. And then I knew for sure that nothing bad was going to happen. They were going to be, friends. Again, they sniffed and they looked in the eyes of the other one, and the brown horse was still a little bit unsure, but you can see on Bandido that he's only putting his head forward and again eating. And Bandido actually says, nothing to fear, believe me, trust me, believe me. And when you see this happen, and you're there, I was a witness, this touches my heart. The brown horse has to work it out, and he's insecure, he's doubting, you can see it on his ears. His hair was so long that you cannot see his eyes very good, but it gives you an impression of his way of thinking. And I always say to people, take pictures of your horse so you can read the emotions, you can see the emotions. Again, Bandido head low, touching his friend, telling him in his, we call it body language, but in reality it's not body language. It's the source of the language is the feelings, and the feelings are the intentions, and that, we can see some of it. But the intentions horses feel. And they were so into each other, and Bandido was so much, talking with his intentions. And they separated again, and here you can see again how his condition was really bad. He got the wrong food, and how the brown horse is sort of calming down. And Bandido didn't leave his friend a second. After this, they stick together. And the brown horse was looking around, how do you say it? Working it out, what he thought. He has here you can see his back legs, the way he walks. He's still very, very insecure, but Bandido is there. And that's, to me, one of the most beautiful skills of horses. Telling each other, and again, I want to say it again and again, the body language is what we see, but the source of all behavior comes from the feelings. And then his brown friend comes again, asking, as if he was asking to Bandido, are you really sure you're not going to hurt me? And the head low of Bandido, the ears forward, the friendly state of mind, the friendly being is no, I'm not going to hurt you. And then Bandido goes to the sand place, but the brown horse didn't dare to pass the plastic. You can see the plastic, it's laying in front of him. So his brown friend didn't follow. And every time Bandido went there, but the brown horse really didn't follow him. And you can see the brown horse thinking, again, ear back, head high, really thinking about how am I going to solve this problem. And this is where he stopped. So Bandido was, you have to be, no, believe me, Bandido was really thinking, this is a moment that he's looking at me. Hey, you were there too. That's the strength of taking pictures of horses when they don't are interacting with you, with me. So he went back to his friend, and I know I was there, so I know now that he was asking his friend, inviting him, come on, join me. And his friend was still doubting. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. He was very insecure because his physical state of mind, physical state was weak, and also his mental state was weak. And Bandido again says, come on, I'm strong. And then he turns around and he runs. And the brown horse, and you can see on Bandido's ear how he's looking back. You can see it here, very good. He's looking back. So Bandido takes a run and jumps over the plastic. But no. The brown horse, who was very enthusiastic in following, stopped before the plastic. And Bandido is asking himself, how am I going to get him with me? That'll be the next movie.